Hello. Today I would like to talk to you about special events and teams. Now, I'm sure you're thinking in your head, what does he mean by teams and special events? A few months ago, Lisa Patterson, who is a part of my music team, came to me with the idea of a breast cancer awareness concert. Immediately, when I heard the idea, thoughts started running and people started moving. First and foremost, people are going to be very essential to the success of your event. You must assemble people. For example, in our congregation, we polled our congregation to see if there were persons who had survived breast cancer or if there were persons who were infected or affected by breast cancer. Ironically enough, hundreds of people came forth saying that they wanted to be a part of the event of breast cancer awareness. After assembling the people, we then began to find out their strengths. We began to ask them questions like, what's their background? What is their expertise? Finding out this information will help you place them on the proper team. For example, we needed an education team, a finance team, a music team, a marketing team, and also a hospitality team. There were persons within the people that we assembled that were immediately drawn to these different teams because of their strengths. After assembling the people, finding out who they are, you then need to have a conversation with your pastor and finance team for resources. Having a healthy relationship with your pastor and or finance team will be helpful to you in the end of your special event or program. Immediately when I heard the idea from Lisa, I went to talk to my pastor, Pastor Jawanza Colvin, to get his input and his thoughts about breast cancer awareness. He was excited about the idea. He thought it was a wonderful idea and also a great idea to involve the community. He gave his blessings and encouraged me to talk to the finance team. He also encouraged me to create a budget. Budgets are essential to any special event. When you talk about budgets in the church, it is a great conversation. First of all, you have to create an expense budget. Expenses outline where the money is going to go, where your resources are going to go to. For example, we needed special musicians, additional musicians for our team. We also needed education resources, marketing resources. All of these things flowed under the expenses of our budget. So we created our expense budget, but we also needed to create an income stream. How are we going to have an income back into our church? We began to come up with the idea of give or get $100. We asked each choir member to give $100 or get $100. We had about 100 people in our choir. 100 people times $100 makes $10,000 before the event even happens. It's important to show this on the budget because your church wants to know, we're giving you this expense budget, but what income are you bringing back into the church? Having an income stream also shows that you are willing and forthright in paying back the expenses that are going out. So, if your expenses are $3,000 and you raise $10,000, you then return the $3,000 to the church and it's a zero balance. It's a washout. So that you're not creating this event as an expense to the church. It will be most helpful for you to put the income budget with the expense budget. So after we created this budget, we then were able to create clear deadlines and expectations for our team members. You have to assign each team a team leader. Team leaders help you keep accountability and they also are able to be responsible for the resources that will be allocated to each individual team. It's important that you are the project manager of the team. Managing the project does not mean micromanaging, but it does mean that you must know every in and out of the project. For breast cancer awareness, I had to look at the 30,000-foot view. Lisa, who was the team coordinator and team leader, had to look at the 30,000-foot view. The team leaders were the people that were running on the ground making things happen. But there has to be visionaries that see the vision before the people see it, so that the implementation and the execution will go forth as planned. It's very important for special events. Once you assemble the people and you find out who they are, you speak to your pastor, you set clear deadlines, and you become the project manager. Lastly, you need to look at the end of the project in the beginning. When we looked at the end of Breast Cancer Awareness Concert and we thought about what we wanted it to look like, we knew that we wanted to bless people. Not only did we want to bless people, but we wanted to raise the awareness of early detection and mammograms within the African American community. So, we thought about the end, and we wanted to lift up a benefit offering for 4 agencies. We selected the agencies. Some came out of our church, others were local organizations, and some were national organizations. 4 organizations benefited from the offering that we raised. We are proud to say that we collectively raised $10,000 for the 4 agencies. This can be done, again, in several ways. You might even have ideas running in your head now. Write them down and think about how you will execute them. Lastly, when we thought about the end of the program, we also wanted to recognize those who had survived breast cancer and also those who survived here on earth, but also those who have gone on to eternity. We created a pink ribbon tree. The pink ribbon tree held the names of those who had survived breast cancer, whether here on earth or in heaven. At the end of the program, we prayed for the survivors. We prayed for those that had gone on with a prayer of blessing and thanksgiving. Not only was the prayer uplifting, but it was very moving and encouraging. This was a momentous occasion. It was an awesome benefit to see the works of our labor at the end of the program. But we had to think about the end during the beginning. These are just a few ideas for creating a special event around teamwork. Listen, I encourage you to think creatively. Think outside the box. There's nothing too big and there's nothing too small. Anything you put your mind to, you can do it. I encourage you to look at the videos and pictures below that are from the Breast Cancer Awareness Concert. They will just give you a glimpse of some of the ideas that I have talked about and outlined in this video. But please, pray about your ideas. Think about the execution of them. How will you process them through? I wish you luck on your journey, success in your ministry, and may God continue to bless and keep you in His care. Until next time, be blessed.